Today we're talking about the tricky apostrophe. I say tricky because Rule 3 is getting many of you. And we're going to work on this one today and tomorrow. All right, today, just as a general overview, reviewing Rule 1 for contractions. I don't think anybody's having any trouble with this one. Is, not, becomes, isn't. I could go on and give more examples, but I'm pretty sure you guys are okay on that one. I haven't seen too many troubles with that particular rule. Rule 2, plural letters, gives a little bit of trouble, but only if you're not paying attention. For example, if I said, how many I's are in the word Mississippi? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if I wrote I's, it looks like the word is. So I have to have an apostrophe in here to show that I'm saying I's, the letter I's. How many S's? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 S's. Look how that looks. S's, plural S. How many P's? There are 2 P's. Okay, I'll put the number 4 here in front of that one. Okay, that one isn't too tricky either. You just have to pay attention. This last one, though, possessives, is the one that gets us. Okay, I'm going to be referring to text page 143. So I'm going to give you a moment to turn there in your textbook. You can always pause the video if you don't get it done by the time I start talking about the actual exercise. But look at page 143, and we're going to go over Think B together. It asked you to rewrite each of these expressions using possessive nouns. So number 1, the collar of the dog. Well, first of all, I need to determine what is it that owns something, because a possession means ownership, and it's the dog that owns something. So dog is the word in question that's going to get the apostrophe somewhere, because that's the possessive word. So for number 1, I'm going to start with the word dog because it owns something. In this case, it owns a collar. So it's going to be the dog's collar. I just have one dog. I just have one collar. Therefore, I'm just going to add an apostrophe S on the singular noun dog to make it show possession. D-O-G apostrophe S. All right, number 2 said the toys of the twins. What noun is it that is showing that it owns something? It's the twins. The twins own something. So I'm going to write twins. Twins always indicates 2 people. Always. That's plural. Twins. So the twins own toys. Now, the only thing I've left to do is put my apostrophe in there. I want the apostrophe to be on the word that shows they own it. So in this case, since it already ends in S, I'm just going to put the apostrophe after the S. The twins' toys. Number 3. Number 3 says the paper of the student. Well, I have 2 nouns, paper, and student. So I want to figure out which word is the possessive word. Well, the paper can't own the student. So it's the student that owns the paper. Therefore, I know which one to begin with, student. I'm just talking about one student here and one piece of paper. Now, the student owns the paper, so I need to say the student's paper because I'm going to show the ownership. I didn't make quite big enough space there. So the student's paper, I need apostrophe S because it's a singular noun showing possession. All right, we're going to move up here for number 4. Number 4 says the meeting of the teachers. I have 2 nouns, meeting and teachers. Which which word is the possessive? The teachers are going to a meeting. That meeting belongs to the teachers. So, teachers is going to get written first. And what they own is the meeting. Now, since this word is already plural, because I have more than one teacher going to this meeting, can't exactly have a meeting with one person, right? So since I have a group of people going to this one meeting, I know this is plural. My plural word already ends in S, so I'm putting the apostrophe after it. Number 5, the report of the committee. I have 2 nouns, report and committee. So which word is the word that gets the possession? Well, in this case, it's a report that belongs to that committee that did some research. So therefore, the committee is going to get the possessive. All right, just one committee involved here. So I'm going to go ahead and add my apostrophe S, the committee's report. Collectively, they put together a report. All right, number 6. The purses of the women. I have 2 nouns, purses and women. Now, both of those words are plural, right? Which word is it that's going to get the possession? Well, it's not the purses that own the women, it's the women who own the purses. So that tells me women is going to go first. The women's purses. Now, I said it women's, but I wrote down women. Women is plural, but it doesn't contain an S. So in order for me to make it possessive, I'm going to add an apostrophe S, similar to how I did on a singular word that did not end in S. If it doesn't end in S, it gets an apostrophe S. Purses, of course, is plural, but it doesn't get an apostrophe because we don't use an apostrophe for plurals unless I'm just talking about a single letter. Okay. I don't know if you all can see this next set. Let me scooch that a little bit. Okay. Number 8, 7. Number 7. Okay. The whistle of the policeman. This is one whistle. It belongs to one policeman. The policeman owns the whistle. When I say it, policeman, it could sound singular or plural, but since I'm only talking about one whistle, it's probably just one person blowing that whistle. We don't share whistles, do we? Nope, we sure don't. Okay, so policeman's whistle. Policeman is singular. That A tells me it's singular. I'm going to add an apostrophe S to show that the whistle belongs to that policeman. All right, number 8. The appointment with the doctor. I have one doctor. So I have a doctor's appointment. I may have been the one who made the appointment, but it's at his place or her place. So the appointment actually belongs to him. All right, number 9. The expressions of the clowns. All right, here I have expressions and clowns. Expressions can't own the clowns. The clowns have to own the expressions. So I'm going to write clowns. Expressions. If I have more than one clown, they often have a different face painted on them. And each face would be a different expression, right? Since I have a plural word that ends in S already, I'm going to put my apostrophe at the end. All right, number 10. Number 10, the grin of the cat. One cat, one grin. The grin is what belongs to the cat. The cat has the ownership. So the cat's grin. Since I have a singular word that does not end in S, I need to add apostrophe S to show the possession. All right. those are the easy ones, but some people were having trouble with that kind as well. We're going to practice that kind today, and then tomorrow you're going to practice the other kind where it's people's names, and sometimes those names end in an S, and that's going to confuse us a little bit on where to place that apostrophe. We're going to practice that tomorrow. So you'll have some exercises for these today, and then some review exercises on these tomorrow, as well as focusing on the ones that are named.